Medical assistance needed. Asymmetric encryption protocol detected. Installing Magnar.
I hope this encryption is to protect something juicy.
Humanity has been observing the planets for millennia, but we are only now beginning to uncover some of their secrets. Earth, the third rock from the sun, our home may not be the center of our universe, but so far it is the only planet that can support life as we know it. In the vast reaches of space, it's irrational to believe that our little planet is the only creating and sustaining life. We know that Mars once had vast oceans, that many of the elements found on Earth could only be created in the intensity of a supernova. While no other planet in our solar system sustains life, it's possible that the building blocks that allowed organisms to evolve from single-cell organisms to complex living beings started as nothing more than ash of a dying star light years away. As evidenced by these images. At one point, more than 3.8 billion years ago, one-third of the Martian surface could have been covered by ocean. Martian exploratory craft has
Agent panel.
more recent waterways as well, ranging from gullies and dry river systems to what appear to be ancient lake beds. There are also minerals present on the surface of Mars that only have been formed in a liquid water environment. Today, water can be found on Mars largely as ice at the Martian North Pole, although small quantities of surface water vapor in the thin Martian atmosphere or as brine in the Martian soil.
See that up there?
Hello everyone and welcome to another build video. For today's video I want to show you my hybrid build. This is a build that can easily be used both PVE and PvP, and in my opinion this is how you can make it so you can rely both on the skills and the weapon as well. So let's start with the specialization. I'm choosing the survivalist for this one due to status effect. Both of my skills they have bleed, so the survival is probably like the best option for this one. I don't think that technician will probably help a lot due to the technician gives you +1 skill tier and I'm already at 6, so yeah, I think that the survival is probably the best for this build. For the primary weapon, I'm using the capacitor because, yeah, having a 6 utility doesn't. It means that you don't have too much damage, but due to the capacitor talent, actually boosts your weapon damage a little bit. So yeah, probably say like this is probably like the best weapon what you can use for this build. And For the secondary, I'm choosing the 1886 due to being the only weapon that can actually deal some damage on this build with six yellows. So I choose this one because yeah, I'm using the capacitator, but at some points if I'm encountering the sniper, I would rather switch to the 1886 so I can headshot the target very easily with this one. As you can see here, I have rifle damage, critical hit damage and critical hit chance with Optimist on it. The talent on the 1886 is based on your preference. I choose the Optimist because again I'm not using this one too much, and when I'm using I'm trying like to get like a headshot. If I miss or it takes more than one bullet to kill it, I'll probably I will have an increased damage when my magazine is going lower and lower, so that's why I choose the Optimist. Now for the handgun I chose the Survivalist D50 due to having the damage to target out of cover on this one. And let's go into the build. So I have here one Gruppo Sombra that gives me critical hit damage 50% plus one skill tier. So I rolled the damage on this one and I put plus one skill tier with critical hit damage and critical hit chance. I still need to max these two out in order to have like the best optimized build for this, but this is the best that I can find right now. For the chest piece, I have here, as you can see, 3 pieces of Hana-Yu with skill haste, skill damage and 5% weapon damage. So I have 3 pieces of Hana-Yu with, as you can see here, godlike rolls, critical hit chance and unbreakable. For the holster, I have the Wyvern to give me the 10% skill damage with critical hit chance and critical hit damage. This is the second part of Hana-Yu with godlike roll, and this is the third part which I need to increase more as I need to max out this build. And for the backpack I choose Memento due to having like several things. One, it adds one armor and one red core. So that would be good in my opinion for the Virginian and also for the capacitator as well. Even though if I can switch here to any other backpack, I don't think that will probably be better, especially if I'm using this in PVE. I will get a lot of trophies and the bonus on the damage skills will be increased, and also for a little bit for the weapon damage as well. So that's why I choose this one, and also have one blue armor, so that leaves me on 909k armor, so that's pretty good deal. And for the skills I have the Shrapnel Trap and the Stinger Hive. Now I choose these two because I wanted to have this. So first of all, for the PVE PVE missions or content, you will instead of kind of like using seeker mines or something like that, I wanted to plan out like the layout where I am. So if let's say for example I'm in cover, I like to keep like the flanks tied up with the shrapnel trap, so I can put one shrapnel trap in on the left side and the Stinger Hive on the right side, or a Stinger Hive in the middle. It depends on the situation, but I like to have it like all planned, because in this kind of scenario you have less armor and you're going to use the capacitor, so that means that you'll be out of cover a lot. Even though you're in cover, you need to go out of cover and shoot. So let's say for example if my armor went down, I can easily stay in cover and use the medkit. And if the NPCs are trying to push me, they will get into the shrapnel trap. So I think that this is my setup, why I choose this one. Now both of the skills can be changed depending on your playstyle, but this is why I choose the shrapnel trap and the stinger. And for PvP, that's basically one of the good things about having the shrapnel and stinger, especially for the new coming build, the latest gear set that we have in the game. I think that this one kind of like counters it, because most of the players, they like to use the rock and roll to actually push you, and if you have like Shrapnel Trap and Stinger Hive, they will not get any bonus armor whatsoever due to this build having a lot of damage coming from the skills. That means that he will take damage before he gets the chance to face you. So in my opinion, I think that this is a counter to the build. especially in the west dark zone and the south dark zone. Now the east, I think that it's probably a little bit bigger, but in the west and the south, there are some areas where they can actually go into like a hallway or a corridor, and if you place the shrapnel trap, if they don't see it, they will step into it. And having 6 yellow, that means that your skills will do a lot of damage. Try to keep that in mind, especially if you're going into the dark zone, and if you kill like several NPCs and you get like the trophies, this will add to the skills as well. So I think that this is probably like the best setup if you want to go for PvP, but for PvE it's totally up to you. Now let me show you the stats real quick. So I have here a 60% critical hit chance and 159% critical hit damage. I think that this is actually like a good stats, especially having 1 red core and 6. The capacitator will do some damage on this build, and I think that this is probably like what is the goal to actually reach. So about 150% critical hit damage. Now obviously if you don't like the memento, you can switch it and have like more critical hit damage, but this is totally up to you how to want to play it. In my opinion, I choose the memento because it's like a little bit safer, especially if you're going for PvE content and harder PvE content for heroic or legendary, or even probably select the Operation Iron Horse. I will not use this one on Operation Dark Hours because you'll miss a lot of damage. But for the Operation Iron Horse, I think there are several bosses besides the first one. I think that the second and the third one, and probably even the fourth one, you can use this build. But the second and the third one, I think that this is a good build, especially depending on the second boss where you are standing. But in my opinion, yeah, this is a build that you can easily use on Operation Iron Horse. So that means that this is not just a build for PvE itself, it's also made for the raids. Now obviously it's not for the like I said, for the dark hours, because you need like a lot of damage there. But this in my opinion is probably like how you can create an hybrid build, and it's actually good for both PvE and PvP in my opinion. So yeah, that's pretty much it for the build. I hope you guys enjoyed it. Leave a like on the video, subscribe to the channel if you want to see more The Division 2 content like this, and until next time, have a good one.